Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to talk about something that affects almost everyone at some point in life. The topic is, don't worry about the future. Many people spend their days worrying about tomorrow. They worry about money. They worry about success. They worry about failure. They worry about relationships. They worry about their career. They worry about things that have not even happened yet. And because of this, they lose their peace today. They lose their happiness today. They lose their energy today. The future becomes a thief that steals the present moment. But what if most of those worries never happen? What if the energy you spend worrying could be used to improve your life instead? What if the secret to a better future is not worrying about it, but preparing for it? In this video, we will explore powerful lessons that can help you stop worrying and start living with more confidence, peace, and purpose. And while learning these meaningful life lessons, you will also improve your English. Listen carefully to the vocabulary. Listen carefully to the sentence patterns. Try to think in English as you listen. Every minute of listening is also English practice. And if you enjoy learning English through motivational and meaningful lessons like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and continue growing with us. Chapter 1. The future is created by today's actions. One of the biggest mistakes people make is spending more time worrying about the future than preparing for it. They think about tomorrow all day, but they do very little today. This creates a painful cycle. The more they worry, the less they act. The less they act, the more they worry. And the cycle continues. The truth is simple. The future is not created by worry. The future is created by action. Think about a farmer. A farmer who spends all day worrying about the harvest but never plants seeds will have nothing to harvest. Worry does not grow crops. Action grows crops. Now think about learning English. Many learners worry constantly. What if I never become fluent? What if my English is never good enough? What if I make mistakes? What if people laugh at me? These worries feel real. But do they improve English? No. Only practice improves English. Only action improves English. Only consistency improves English. The same principle applies to every area of life. If you want better health, worrying is not enough. You must exercise. You must eat better. You must take action. If you want financial success, worrying is not enough. You must learn. You must work. You must improve your skills. You must take action. If you want confidence, worrying is not enough. You must face challenges. You must gain experience. You must take action. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Many people are waiting for certainty before they act. They want guarantees. They want perfect conditions. They want complete confidence. But life rarely works that way. Most successful people started before they felt ready. They started while feeling uncertain. They started while feeling nervous. They started while feeling afraid. The difference is that they acted anyway. Imagine a person standing at the bottom of a mountain. The top seems far away. The journey seems difficult. If they spend all day staring at the mountain and worrying about the climb, nothing changes. But if they take one step forward, progress begins. One step becomes another, then another, then another. Eventually, they reach places they once thought were impossible. Life often works exactly like that. You do not need to solve your entire future today. You only need to take the next step. That is all. The future becomes less frightening when you focus on today's responsibilities. Ask yourself, What can I do today? What can I improve today? What can I learn today? What action can I take today? These questions create progress, and progress creates confidence. Many people want to control the future, but the future is largely unknown. What you can control is today. You can control your effort. You can control your attitude. You can control your habits. You can control your decisions. And those things shape your future. Think about a building. Before a tall building exists, workers place one brick, then another, then another. The building is not created in one day. It is created piece by piece. Your future works the same way. Every healthy habit is a brick. Every hour of learning is a brick. Every act of discipline is a brick. Every positive decision is a brick. Day by day, you are building your future. The question is, are you building it through action or through worry? Because worry alone creates nothing. Action creates change. Worry alone creates fear. Action creates confidence. Worry focuses on problems. Action focuses on solutions. The future is not built tomorrow. The future is built today. Every action you take today is shaping the life you will live tomorrow. So stop asking, what if everything goes wrong? Start asking, what can I do right now to make things better? That question has the power to change your life. Because the best way to prepare for the future is not to fear it. It is to take action today. Chapter 2. Most worries never happen. One of the strangest things about the human mind is that it often creates problems that do not exist. Many people spend hours worrying about situations that never happen. They imagine failure. They imagine rejection. They imagine disaster. They imagine the worst possible outcome. Then they suffer because of these imaginary situations. The future arrives. And most of those fears never become reality. Think about your own life. How many things have you worried about in the past? How many nights have you spent overthinking? How many times have you imagined something terrible happening? Now ask yourself, how many of those worries actually came true? For most people, the answer is very few. Yet they spend days, weeks, and sometimes months suffering because of those thoughts. This is one reason worry is so dangerous. It makes you experience pain twice. First in your imagination, then maybe in reality. And often the reality never comes. Imagine a student preparing for an exam. For weeks, they tell themselves, I am going to fail. My future is ruined. I am not smart enough. They feel stressed every day. They lose sleep. They lose confidence. Then the exam arrives, and they pass. All that suffering was unnecessary. The fear was real. But the problem was imaginary. This happens all the time. A person worries about a conversation. The conversation goes well. A person worries about a job interview. The interview goes fine. A person worries about making mistakes. The mistakes never happen. The mind often creates stories that are much worse than reality. This does not mean bad things never happen. Challenges are part of life. Problems are part of life. Difficult moments are part of life. But worrying about them before they happen does not make them easier. It only steals your peace today. Think about carrying a heavy backpack. Now imagine filling that backpack with rocks. Each rock represents a future problem that may never happen. Soon the backpack becomes too heavy. Life feels exhausting. That is exactly what worry does. It makes you carry problems that do not exist yet. Sometimes it makes you carry problems that will never exist. Successful people understand something important. When a real problem appears, they deal with it. But they do not spend all their time fighting imaginary battles. They save their energy for reality, not imagination. This is a powerful lesson, because your mental energy is valuable, your attention is valuable, your peace is valuable. Do not waste those things on imaginary disasters. Instead, focus on the present moment. Focus on today's responsibilities. Focus on today's opportunities. Focus on today's actions. Most of the things you worry about today will never happen. Do not allow imaginary problems to steal real happiness. Chapter 3. Focus on what you can control. One of the biggest causes of stress is trying to control things that are beyond your control. People worry about the economy. People worry about what others think. People worry about the future. People worry about events they cannot change. As a result, they feel powerless. Why? Because they are focusing on things they cannot control. Imagine trying to control the weather. No matter how much you worry, the weather will do what it wants. Your worry changes nothing. Now imagine spending that same energy preparing for the weather, carrying an umbrella, wearing appropriate clothes, planning your day wisely. Now you are focusing on what you can control. Life works the same way. There are many things you cannot control. You cannot control every event. You cannot control other people's opinions. You cannot control every challenge. You cannot control the future. But there are many things you can control. You can control your attitude. You can control your effort. You can control your habits. You can control your actions. You can control your response to difficulties. This is where your power lives. Think about learning English. Can you control how quickly everyone else learns? No. Can you control whether every conversation goes perfectly? No. Can you control whether you ever make mistakes? No. But you can control your practice. You can control your consistency. You can control your effort. You can control your willingness to learn. And those things matter much more. Many people waste years worrying about circumstances. Successful people focus on responses. They ask, what can I do right now? What is within my control? What action can I take today? These questions create strength because they move your attention away from helplessness and toward action. Imagine two people facing the same challenge. The first person spends all day complaining. The second person spends all day looking for solutions. Who is more likely to improve their situation? The second person. Not because life is easier for them, but because their focus is different. Focus determines energy. Energy determines action. Action determines results. This is why controlling your focus is so important. Every morning you have a choice. You can focus on things you cannot change, or you can focus on things you can improve. You can focus on fear, or you can focus on effort. You can focus on uncertainty, or you can focus on growth. The choice belongs to you, and that choice shapes your experience of life. You may not control everything that happens to you, but you always control how you respond. And often, that response determines your future. So stop fighting battles you cannot win. Stop trying to control what is uncontrollable. Instead, focus your energy where it matters most. Focus on your actions. Focus on your growth. Focus on your effort, because that is where real power begins. Chapter 4. Take one day at a time. One of the biggest reasons people feel overwhelmed about the future is because they try to carry tomorrow's problems today. They think about next week. They think about next month. They think about next year. They think about everything that could possibly go wrong. Soon their mind becomes exhausted, their energy disappears, their motivation weakens, and life starts feeling much heavier than it really is. The truth is that life is not lived 1 year at a time. Life is lived 1 day at a time. Nobody climbs a mountain in a single step. Nobody reads an entire book in one glance. Nobody builds a successful life in 1 day. Everything happens step by step, day by day, moment by moment. Think about someone learning English. If they constantly think, I need to become fluent. I need to know thousands of words. I need perfect pronunciation. The goal feels huge. It feels distant. It feels overwhelming. But what if they focused only on today? Today, I will learn 5 new words. Today, I will listen to English for 20 minutes. Today, I will practice speaking for 10 minutes. Now the task feels manageable. Now progress becomes possible. This is one of the greatest secrets to reducing anxiety. Break life into smaller pieces. Focus on today's responsibilities. Focus on today's opportunities. Focus on today's actions. You do not need to solve your entire future today. You only need to handle today well. Imagine driving a car at night. You cannot see the entire road ahead. You can only see a limited distance. Yet you continue driving. Why? Because the light in front of you is enough for the next part of the journey. Life often works the same way. You do not need to see the entire future. You only need enough clarity for the next step. Many people delay action because they want certainty. They want guarantees. They want every answer before they begin. But life rarely provides that. Progress often comes from taking the next step without seeing the entire path. Successful people understand this. They focus on daily progress. They focus on daily improvement. They focus on daily effort. Because they know that today's actions create tomorrow's results. Another reason this mindset is powerful is that it protects your peace. When you focus too much on distant problems, you miss the beauty of today. You miss conversations. You miss opportunities. You miss moments of happiness. You miss experiences that may never come again. The future is important, but it should not steal your present. The present moment is where life actually happens. Not tomorrow, not next year. Today. You do not need to carry the weight of your entire future. Carry today's responsibilities. Do your best today, and let tomorrow take care of itself. Chapter 5. Trust your ability to handle challenges. Many people are not actually afraid of the future. They are afraid of their ability to handle the future. They think, what if something goes wrong? What if I fail? What if life becomes difficult? What if I cannot handle it? These questions create fear. But there is something important you must remember. You have already survived challenges before. You have already overcome difficult moments. You have already handled situations that once seemed impossible. Think about your past. There were probably times when you felt scared, times when you felt uncertain, times when you thought you would never get through a problem. Yet here you are. You survived. You adapted. You learned. You grew stronger. This is proof of something powerful. You are more capable than you think. Many people underestimate themselves. They focus on their weaknesses. They focus on their fears. They focus on their limitations. As a result, they forget their strength. But strength is not something you are born with. Strength is something you build. Every challenge you face teaches you something. Every difficulty develops resilience. Every obstacle makes you stronger if you choose to learn from it. Think about a tree during a storm. Strong winds shake the tree. Heavy rain hits the tree. The storm is difficult.